Yeah, I give the time and also the place to James Ken from CEIBS, and you can start your presentation, James.
Wonderful. Thank you, Nadia. Hopefully everybody can hear me well. I will now share my screen with everybody as I have a short PPT to share with you all. So as Nadia says, my name is James Kent, and I have been working for China-Europe International Business School for the last 5 years. I'm originally from the UK, and I've been involved in China for the last 15 years or so, so coming backwards and forwards. So now I work for China-Europe International Business School, and I think today you'll have presentations from many fantastic peer schools in China. If you take one thing away about CEIBS, it's that, I guess from our history, we're actually not a Chinese university. We're actually one of the longest standing joint ventures between China, the Chinese government, and the European Commission. So we've been born global from day one of our 26-year history. You can see from the chart in front of you that as well as our 3 campuses in China, we also have a campus in Africa and also our European campus in Zurich, off the lake Zurich in Switzerland. We now have over 24,000 alumni spread across the world and 18 overseas chapters. So as you can see, if you know anything about CEIBS, one thing that really stands out is our motto, which is China Depth, Global Breadth. And every decision that is made by the school, by CEIBS, it's either to strengthen either factor. So either give students a deeper insight into business in China or to help connect China with the world. So that is the school. The teachers that teach at CEIBS, you can see a small photo display on the right-hand side of your screen. We have roughly about 60% international faculty, and they're here for the same reason that I guess you're interested in coming to China, right? Because there is more change, there is more dynamism in the China market than anywhere else in the world. It's what attracted me to come to China, and I think for people of our generation, it is the most exciting place to be. The other unique thing about CEIBS is that we have the same case studies that they will teach at other top business schools around the world, like Harvard and Stanford, but we also have our own case development center. And for those of you that have already been to China, you know that the pace of change is so rapid here. And we can't survive just by teaching the same cases that are maybe produced 5-6 years ago, because companies are born, unicorns are created, and companies die, and business models continue to change very, very quickly. So we have to have our own case development center to really introduce some of the latest business trends. The other thing about our faculty, as I say, we're a very global school, and we're very pleased to have some very high-level keynote distinguished professors, including 2 former French prime ministers, Dominique de Villepin and Jean-Pierre Raffarin, as well as the former Director General of the World Trade Organization, Pascal Lamy. So they're not just visiting professors, they come, they spend time, they have roundtables with MBA students. And it's really quite a nice opportunity to bring our students together with heads of state, former heads of state. Now onto the main program that I represent. I'm biased, but I think it's the best one at the school, which is the full-time English language MBA program. Okay, so this is, as I say, English language. We have roughly 180 students each year. It's a full-time program. You can either do it 12 months or 18 months. It's primarily located on our campus in Shanghai. And as you can see, we're also recognized by some of the top institutions, ranking accreditation agencies in the world. So we've been ranked number 5 by the Financial Times for the last 2 years, also number 1 in Asia by the Financial Times and Forbes, and we're accredited by 3 of the global well-recognized accreditors. So this just goes to show you obviously the global reach that the school has. Okay. In terms of the class profile, so I mentioned we have 180 students roughly each year, about 40% female students. We typically have about 1/3 of the class from overseas. And some of them may be like you, they're taking their first brave steps coming to China, but also it contains the class, some people that have been here for many years previously. So you can see in the photo, Raluca on the right-hand side of that picture. She previously worked in fashion in Shanghai and then enrolled because she really wants to take her China career to the next level. We are, as I say, a business school, so one of the requirements to get in is to take the GMAT exam. If you have any questions about that, I'm happy to answer. And what I will do at the end of the presentation is also drop my contact details into the chat box. But the GMAT exam is one globally recognized exam that you have to take to join any top tier business school around the world. Okay, just to kind of emphasize the China depth global breadth aspects of our curriculum. So on the global side, we don't just have classes on campus in Shanghai, but we also take our students to the world. Okay, and this also takes in our campuses in Zurich. You see here students by the side of Lake Zurich in front of our campus, and also to Accra in Ghana, where the students go to learn about doing business in Africa. You can see some of the others here. On the China side, what we do to really give students that in-depth kind of deep dive into China is to go to pockets of the country that have really been part of the success and the growth of China on the global stage. So we go to Shenzhen, which, as you well know, used to be a fishing village, is now one of the global hubs of innovation and technology in China. We go to Ningbo, which has a pocket of very successful Chinese companies that have gone global. And also go to the Gobi Desert. So we drop our students literally into the Gobi Desert, and then there's a lot of kind of hands-on experiential leadership development challenges that they take on. So it's really kind of making use of what's happening around us in China at the moment, and the very unique landscape that is here. If you did the 18-month program, you can also choose to go on exchange at one of top schools. There are some of them listed here. Obviously, everybody will recognize INSEAD Wharton, London Business School, Chicago Booth. I think many familiar names in this list. You can join 1 to 2 terms there. And then obviously after you graduate, the big focus of an MBA is to take that step up in your career, right? So these are some of the companies that come and recruit from us, and you're assigned a career development specialist from day 1 of the MBA program to help you to land your next step after graduation. Okay, just quickly wrapping up, conscious of time, but if you're keen to apply, then we've actually closed applications for this year starting in October 2020, but if you'd like to apply for our intake in 2021, you can see kind of a rough overview here. So our applications have opened now, but the first deadline is October 28th, and you can see the other rounds in front of you. And you will need a bachelor's degree or above, minimum of 2 years work experience, a valid GMAT score or GRE that I mentioned before, and also fill out an online application form. So quite straightforward, reasonable things to do. If it is that maybe you're there, and this is why I really resonate very well with the audience that our friends China Admissions bring in. If you're very interested and curious to go to China, but you're not quite sure if you want to invest in a full-time, 12-month program, then a really nice thing that we do at CEIBS is to offer what we call a pre-MBA boot camp, which is kind of like a MBA experience week, where there's no catch. You can come, spend a week with us, you live on our campus, you have lectures by our regular CEIBS faculty, we take you out to see companies that our alumni work at, and it's really a good chance to see if China's right for you, if CEIBS is right for you, if the full-time MBA is right for you, and also if this part of the world is right. And if you apply from our friends at China Admissions, then you are eligible for a 20% discount to join this program. This will start, it'll actually be our first spring pre-MBA boot camp that we will do, and the deadline for this is February the 1st, but I recommend that you apply as soon as you can. I believe that comes to the end of my presentation. I'm just going to quickly share with you now my contact details. So I'll stop sharing my screen. And what I will do is put in the chat box my WeChat and also my email. And if you have any questions, please contact me directly. I'm happy to engage with anybody. Just maybe one note, so I think I've got a few minutes left, a little bit about what's happening this year, and apologies for the drums in the background. I'm not at a music concert. The park that I'm in just got a lot busier. But essentially, for this year, given COVID-19, the intake that's due to start in October will actually be starting in our campus in Zurich, in Europe. So obviously, we can still start with our students coming to Europe, and the Chinese students starting in China. But thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you in China on CEIBS campus sometime soon. Thank you.